Hello and welcome to the Tata Sierra, and today with me I have the brand new Beechao. Hang on. No, it was the other way around. Hello and welcome to Beechao, and today with me I have the brand new Tata Sierra. Now what I'm going to be telling you about in this video, of course आप लोगों ने बहुत सारे videos already देखे होंगे and you might be knowing a lot about the features of this car. So I don't need to tell you a lot about the features, but what I'm going to tell you is कि कौन से वाले model variant के साथ आपको कौन सा feature मिलेगा. Then what we'll do is we'll go inside and see how the comfort of the car is and how the interior of the car feels, and then we'll take this car out for a drive. Hopefully what I'm going to give you is a drive of the petrol as well as the diesel. Now I am going to go through this entire feature list because भाई सच में list बहुत लंबी है. So there are basically 7 variants जिसमें से as you know 11.5 lakhs उसमें जो base variant है सिर्फ वही announce किया है. Rest of the now variants will still be announced. The first variant which is there, which is the Smart Plus, this is one of those variants which I believe has the maximum amount of features that a Tata has ever given as standard, and बहुत सारी cars से in competition में इसमें काफी ज्यादा features already standard आते हैं. For example, the 4-wheel discs that this car has, then the 6 airbags that come as standard. Safety mein Tata doesn't compromise. That's something really nice. Then apart from that, you also get a lot of other things which come standard in this car. For example, these bi-LED headlamps, these are standard. Then the electronically adjustable side view mirrors are also standard. Apart from that, you get LED turn indicators. Then on the outside, apart from that, you also get follow me headlamps, which are also standard. This lightsaber LED DRLs, which is basically this connected DRL strip in the front. This entire thing is by the way one single piece, and similarly if you come on the back also, the entire thing is a single piece. So both the front and the back DRL and LED setup is completely standard. Rear parking sensors come standard, not the front parking sensors, and not the 360 camera, of course. These are features which will come in the later variants. Apart from that, the 8-way adjustable sun visor is variant. Good thing is all 4 doors have power windows, which is also standard. Front 2 USB ports are standard on this car. Along with that, rear AC vents are also standard. Tilt and telescopic steering wheel is also standard. Most cars which I've seen in the competition only offer a tilt steering wheel. Over here, you get tilt and telescopic, and वो भी high-end variant में नहीं, एकदम base variant में those things are standard as well. These flush door handles which you see are also standard. Then apart from that, you get a lot of ESP programs which are standard. Some 20 features जिसमें rollover mitigation, vehicle dynamics, basically your EBD and the stability programs which are standard, which is also there in a lot of other cars as well. Now let's come to the back. I'll show you something over here. The one thing that you get over here, जैसा कि मैंने आपको already बताया, this entire rear light bar is also standard as part of the base package, but also power tailgate which you see, which I just opened, this is also standard in the base variant. And along with that, over here on the inside, you also get a 12-volt socket in the boot, which is also standard. So a lot of features actually come with this car as standard. So जो 11.49 lakhs का और 11.5 lakh वाला जो variant है उसमें already these guys have given a ton of stuff. But of course, if you want more, then we have the rest of the car features as well. This electronic parking brake is also standard. This sliding armrest, this is also standard on the base variant. Now चलते हैं the second variant, which is the pure variant. इसमें क्या क्या मिलेगा आपको? This is the higher end version, but जो 8 speaker sound system है जिसमें 4 speakers हैं and 4 tweeters हैं, 4 components and 4 tweeters, that will also come in the pure variant. Along with also it will get cruise control, it will get drive modes, basically this button which is your sport. अगर ये बटन को आप एक बार प्रेस करते हो sport mode हो जाएगा, एक बार और प्रेस करोगे that will go into city mode. That is also in the pure variant. Then apart from that, you will get steering mounted controls, you will also get 250 native voice assisted commands, you will also get these paddle shifters. So basically one above का जो वेरिएंट है उसमें पैडल शिफ्टर्स भी मिलेंगे, स्टीयरिंग माउंटेड कंट्रोल भी मिलेगा. You will get the 8 speakers, you will also get the electronically adjustable rear view mirrors, and you will get the drive modes, you will get cruise control, you will get hill descent control, TPMS which is your tire pressure monitoring system. You also get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in the pure variant. So basically you are actually getting a lot again with just one variant on top of the base. But then there's of course a lot more. The next one, which is the Pure Plus, इसमें what gets added is this, which is the panoramic sunroof. जो third variant है उसमें panoramic sunroof add हो जाता है, which is also voice activated. Then apart from that, you also get auto headlights, you get rain sensing wipers, you get alloy wheels, you also get this dual zone climate control. इससे पहले variants में पीछे आपको rear AC vent मिलता था. Now you will get a rear AC vent along with 2 more USB ports at the back. And इसके साथ में if you see on that door, you will also get a single pinch up or down driver side power window. And चलो आपको एक और चीज दिखाता हूँ. जो Pure Plus variant है उसमें if you look down over here, you will also get a very neatly hidden rear wiper along with this rear defogger. ये आपको मिलेगा Pure Plus variant में, which is the third variant. Let's go ahead from there, and now we are coming into slightly more mid-tier variants. Next variant, which is the Adventure variant, इसमें 360 degree camera आएगा. Your front LED lights will have cornering function. You will also get a front parking sensor जो अभी तक नहीं मिल रहा था. You will get a 17.8 inch digital cockpit. You'll also get this leatherette steering wheel along with this leatherette gear shifter. And इसमें smart parcel shelf है, which you can fold behind and keep it like this over here. This also you will get with the Adventure variant. Now, whatever I'm telling you are features which are being built on top of the previous variant. So आपने इससे पहले जो भी सुना है in the Adventure variant, जो एडवेंचर प्लस वेरिएंट होगा उसमें वो सारे फीचर्स आएंगे, प्लस दे विल बी एडिंग दीज मोर फीचर्स. सो व्हाट डू वी गेट इन द एडवेंचर प्लस वेरिएंट? अकॉर्डिंग टू मी द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग यू विल गेट आर द फ्रीक्वेंसी सेंसिटिव डैम्पर्स, द FDD dampers, which actually make a huge difference when it comes to this car's overall ride quality. Apart from that, you will get a dual infotainment touchscreen. ये जो आपको दिख रहा है, this massive touchscreen, this will be only available in the top variant, but जो एडवेंचर प्लस है उसमें यहाँ तक आपको touchscreen मिलेगा. Then apart from that, you will also get this button. This is the terrain response button. इसमें you can shift between normal, wet, rough and other terrain modes. Then यहाँ पे अभी आपको दिखेगा नहीं, but there are mood lights on the dashboard as well. That is something which you will also get with the Adventure Plus variant. अगर आप ये गाड़ी देख रहे हो for family and for roaming around in comfort, and the Adventure Plus variant is the first variant where you will actually get this 60-40 split seats, which also have these reclined seats as well. Along with what you'll also get is this boss mode. So basically Adventure Plus variant is the variant where it starts to make sense to buy for somebody who's looking for more rear seat comfort and not so much focused as a driver. Then apart from that, what you also get is you get these adjustable rear headrests. You also get these very nifty looking pockets. So this is something which you will all get with the Adventure Plus variant. If you're looking for a car which you want to buy for basically being chauffeur driven around, so Adventure Plus and onwards would probably make more sense to you. Then the next one is the Accomplished variant. इसमें जो आपको already features अभी तक जितने भी मैंने mention किए उसको छोड़ के you will also get Level 2 ADAS with 13 functions. Along with that, you also get the incredible, by the way, this car has one of the best sounding speakers that I've heard in any other Tata car. This has the 5.1 Dolby Atmos sound system, which comes with the Accomplished variant. What you get over here are a few more things. ये जो driver and co-driver seat है, these both will be ventilated. This seat will come with 6-way power adjustment. It will also come with a memory function. So you get a lot in the front over here. Along with that, you also get a wireless charger over here. These are all the things you will get with the Accomplished version. You will also get one more button over here. This button is basically the express cooling. So for example, बहुत गर्मी का दिन है and you've kept the car in absolute heat and the interior is really hot, you can press that express cooling button to cool your interiors down immediately. So इसके ऊपर जो final version है, the last version which we have is the Accomplished Plus version. So इसमें क्या होता है, जो Level 2 ADAS आपको 13 features के साथ मिलता है, with the Accomplished Plus that will be more than 22 features. So it adds a lot of other things, let's say like intelligent speed assist, blind spot monitoring, lane change assist, cross lane traffic alert, door open alert, lots of stuff over there. But along with that, what you also get is progressive side indicators. So I'll just show you. Let me just put the indicators on and go to the back. And if I show you over here, the boot is open, but let me close that boot. These indicators which are going swiping from left to right and they are not just static. Progressive indicators you will only get with the Accomplished Plus variant. And along with that, you will also get this tailgate with this gesture control, which never seems to work whenever, not just this car, but honestly, मैंने जितनी भी गाड़ियों के साथ try किया ना, I have never been able to work it out. Anyways, that's that. Also, I think this is very important, and I kind of feel that this feature should have been given in lower variants like the Adventure variant as well, is an air purifier, which if you look over here in the menu, you will be able to go over here and see your air quality. Considering India's poor air quality in most cities, I think this is something which should have been given to lower variants, kind of becomes essential, and it's kind of genuinely helpful for people when they are driving around here and there and want to have better quality air. Now for example, अगर आपको सिर्फ म्यूजिक यहाँ पे प्ले करनी है, आपको जब आप फोन कनेक्ट कर रहे हो, you want to play music, you can do that with lower variants. But if you want to play music from your rear, basically have multimedia features when you connect the rear USB to your phone, then again you'll have to buy the top टॉप एंड वेरिएंट को, उसमें ही सिर्फ वो अवेलेबल है। एंड द लास्ट फीचर विच आई वांट टू शो यू, उसके लिए मैं गाड़ी ऑफ करना चाहूंगा। नाउ इससे पहले वाले जो वेरिएंट्स हैं उसमें यू गेट द पावर्ड सीट्स विद मेमोरी फंक्शन, बट विद द टॉप वेरिएंट व्हाट यू आल्सो गेट इज दिस वेलकम फीचर वेयर द सीट स्लाइड्स behind so that it's more easy for you to enter the car and exit the car. Those are the features I believe. I mean, if you're looking for obviously all of these things, then the Accomplished Plus makes sense. But if you're looking for, let's say, just sitting behind where you just want to be comfortable at the back and, you know, just be chauffeur driven, then of course something like the Adventure Plus makes a lot of sense because it has most of the features for the rear seat passengers. It has the recline and the rest of the comfort features, but also very importantly it also has the frequency sensitive dampers, which means your ride quality at the back will also be really good. Chalo, now with that all sorted out, firstly you need to tell me now what features did you like the most and which variant of this car would you be more inclined to pick up now. What we'll do now is let's go inside the car. Let's see how the rear seat comfort in this car is and then we'll take it out for a drive. So yaar, first things first, even before you enter the car, bahar se the car already looks super spacious and that's what actually this car is. In fact, this car in its segment I believe has the longest wheelbase compared to all the other cars and वो clearly यहाँ पे दिखता है where you have a lot of legroom. In fact, if I close this door, I can still keep my legs up like this. I can fold my legs over here like this. And if I want to create more legroom, then of course the boss mode helps me put this entire chair ahead to create a lot more space for me. Now the one thing which I felt is a little not to my liking is that this rear seating position is a little high up. So if I actually want to spread my legs like this, put them ahead, I'm actually not able to put them on the ground. हवा में ही है वो, so I'll not be able to, you know, like completely relax like how I would enjoy. Apart from that, obviously, if you want more recline, you can take this back. It reclines by a few degrees, not by much, but it definitely creates a more comfortable place for you to be in, especially if you're going for long distance journeys, sitting over here at the back. Then apart from that, you get a little bit more comfort with the air conditioning vents. You have two nice high power. This is, by the way, a 65-watt charger, which means you will be able to charge your devices super fast. You have a nice big panoramic sunroof. In fact, this car has a sunroof which is so big that it goes all the way till the boot of the car. So tomorrow if Tata, I don't think they will be able to, but agar they plan to throw in seats over here at the back, that rear seat child or minor, whoever it is, will still be able to get a little bit of that sunroof for him. So from the top of the front driver seat all the way till the boot is how big this car's sunroof is. I believe again this is also one of those features which is the largest in its own segment. One very weird decision which Tata has made, which मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, is that this is the top of the line variant. This car has all the features. This is the Accomplished Plus. Now इससे जो एक lower variant है, which is the Accomplished, that car actually gets a heads-up display over here. And for some reason, that heads-up display is missing in the absolute top of the line variant. क्या sense बनता है? I don't know. Maybe Tata doesn't want to include that very expensive feature and make the price of the car really high. And maybe in the future they will come up with a even more expensive variant, even more higher tier top of the line variant, जिसमें you will have the HUD also included with the rest of the features. But apart from that, the feature set is pretty clear. That is all what you get with this car. And along with that, I also want to show you some other thing also. Lastly, what I want to show you is the boot of this car, which is actually quite big. In fact, you have, if you can see, my friend's jacket is over here. There is his camera bag. This is my bag over here in the back. And uske side mein, there is one more bag which is also his. But इतना सारा सामान होने के बाद भी, I can comfortably, I don't have to do much मेहनत. I can comfortably slide in, put my legs over here in, and if you can just come and close the boot, you can actually see that I completely fit in here. No problem. The boot opening is very wide, so I don't have any problem getting in. And मैं आराम से यहाँ पे अभी अंदर बैठा हूँ. Now that we have seen the size of the boot, we've seen how good the interior का rear seats are and the front seats are. Front seats में एक बार वापस से जाते हैं and we'll take this car out for a drive. So the first car which we are going to drive today is this. By the way, इस गाड़ी का sound system बहुत अच्छा है. I might have said this earlier before also, but it's really good. This is the 5.1 Dolby Atmos, which actually gets very loud. And मैंने एक चीज नोटिस करी है, टाटा की बिल्ड क्वालिटी इस मामले में मेरे को बहुत पसंद है, स्पेसिफिकली विद दिस न्यू सियरा. द म्यूजिक बीइंग एट फुल वॉल्यूम विद फुल बेस ना, कोई भी इंटीरियर पैनल से, ऑल दीज प्लास्टिक्स से मुझे आवाज नहीं आती. आई डू हैव अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ कंप्लेंट अबाउट द प्लास्टिक्स. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मैं डोर ओपन करता हूँ, ये जो नीचे की प्लास्टिक्स हैं, दीज प्लास्टिक्स आर अ लिटिल टू प्लास्टिकी. ये जो ऊपर के हैं, दीज आर लिटिल टू स्क्रैची एंड प्लास्टिकी. बट दैट सेड, though they are not a deal breaker because thankfully they have been damped so well that they don't actually rattle or create like a lot of noise when you're driving or when you're listening to high speed music. Chalo, so let's head out now. So as I said, the first car which we are going to be driving, which is this, is the petrol. This car is really very feature loaded, and it's feature loaded with the right kind of price tag to it. That is what I really feel about this car, genuinely. Now, the first thing that you will notice when you start driving this car is, चलो मैं एक बार वापस से ऑफ रोड लेके जाता हूँ, थोड़ी खराब रास्तों पे लेके जाता हूँ. The purpose of me doing that is so that you understand how the suspensions are, because I have been driving this car for a while. First thing जो मैंने notice करी इस गाड़ी के बारे में is that it has very good suspensions. Like they are super comfortable. They are soft. Obviously, they are not built specifically for handling, but the suspensions are incredibly soft and comfortable, which means 99% of the time आप जिन roads पे चला रहे हो, at least most of us जो इस roads पे चलाते हैं, which is basically city roads, you have to deal with speed breakers, potholes, and in general bad quality roads. These suspensions are actually very good, and they just soak up all the bad roads. Literally, matlab hardly you understand. And the damping is so good that there is no jhatka, there is no thud that comes inside when you're driving the car. The second thing which you will start noticing when you start driving this car is that it is brilliantly damped. This is not something which I'm only saying about the Sierra, but what I've already noticed is that most of the Tata cars, they are very well damped. In fact, like for example, I have one of the most basic Tata cars ever. I have a Tiago EV, and wo car maybe the sound insulation from the outside is actually very good, and that is kind of the same over here with this car as well. In terms of this petrol engine, what I'm driving today is the 1.5 liter turbocharged engine, which puts out about 160 horsepower. It feels very refined. I mean, very surprising for how refined this engine is, especially being a first generation engine. Now ahead of me is a bad road. Let me see. I just took it, man. Kuch andar samajh mein bhi nahi aaya. It is that good. I really like the suspensions on this car. They just soak up everything. So as I was saying, this new engine which Tata has, this 1.5 liter turbocharged petrol engine. As you can see, I'm currently standstill. Engine is on idling. I'm on first gear, and the only thing I can hear is the slight sound of the wind coming out of the air conditioning. Engine is absolutely silent. In fact, if I put it on P and I turn the AC off, completely silent. I literally cannot hear the engine at all. That is something to say. That is something to say about how refined this engine actually feels, and that is actually very impressive. You would always want to know how it feels when you put your foot down, जिसके लिए मैं आपको थोड़ा और आगे लेके जाऊंगा, because आगे अगेन एक बहुत खराब गड्ढा है जिसके ऊपर से मैं नॉर्मल स्पीड पे जा रहा हूँ, ब्रेक नहीं मारा, कुछ नहीं मारा, and it just went through, like it didn't go to my back. So I am currently doing 33 kilometers per hour. I am on the normal drive mode. I'll just put sports on. I am putting the gearbox on automatic. 33 kilometers per hour, foot down, downshift hua, and it started giving me power. The turbo kicks in. I have already crossed 88 kilometers per hour. That is actually quite impressive for a car of this size. I won't say it is insanely fast. It's definitely not something which is very performance oriented, but for day-to-day use, for overtaking on the highways, for overtaking in the city wherever it's legally allowed and safe, that engine is actually quite punchy. It's not a bad engine at all. It has the two very important things that an engine should have. One is refinement, which, because you're driving the car the whole day, you need something which is quiet, something which just keeps working in the background and not irritate you the whole time. That it has. And second, it has a decent amount of power. This engine is, there you go, good kind of pickup. It actually picks up and goes really well. The one question which I could not understand, आप लोगों को समझ में आता होगा तो please बताओ मेरे को, that this 1.5 liter turbocharged engine is only available with a torque converter. DCT नहीं है, चलो ठीक है, I understand DCT maybe they don't want to give because of reliability concerns or whatever else, but manual तो देना चाहिए था यार. Like when you are considering engine which is sort of performance oriented, I think it should have come with a manual gearbox as well. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section. If there was a manual option with this 1.5 liter engine, turbocharged engine with 160 horsepower, would you get it or would you still go for the manual? Let me know in the comments. In terms of handling, I have not been able to take this car into a lot of corners, but I'll tell you what, it definitely feels like a car which is not going to be very corner friendly. It is not going to be something which you can absolutely just dive into corners with, because it's, again, as I said, this is a car which is primarily built for comfort, and comfort this car does better than I believe anything else probably in this segment could. But उसका नेगेटिव ये होता है that the car isn't set up very well for handling. That said though, मेरे आगे एक corner है and it is quite a deep corner. I'm going to try seeing that how well this car manages to go into that corner. Still not so bad. Braking, I braked basically from about 100 plus, and I braked urgently. That said though, still the car didn't lose its balance. It still maintained its line. I was in the center lane. I was still in the center lane. I didn't spill over to any side, which actually says a lot, which means that the kind of suspension setup this car has is actually very, very well set. Let's see how the brakes on this car are. I'll go up to 100, which I am on now, and brake. That is that is insane amount of braking. Damn. I think it connected to the emergency services. No. You called me? Why did you call me?
Sorry, that's a small jag.
थोड़े टाइम पहले I actually took this car on a slightly bad, like a really bad patch of road जहाँ पे ईंटें पड़ी हुई थी, मट्टी थी बहुत सारी. Over there also, like first thing that I was impressed with, पहले तो मुझको डर लगा था कि I'm going to basically scrape the car, कहीं ना कहीं नीचे से घिसेगी गाड़ी, but not a single scratch, not a single scrape anywhere. The ground clearance on this car is very, very impressive, where on the worst roads also this car will actually ensure that you're going over it without damaging the underbody of the car. For our kind of Indian roads, Tata has hit the absolute sweet spot in terms of having both, you know, like decent handling. I won't say this thing handles like a Formula 1 car, which you shouldn't expect it also to be, but at the same time, the comfort. Oh man, the suspensions, the way the suspensions are set up, they are really, really impressive. Awesome. So that is the petrol version, which I think I'm actually quite impressed. I really like how the engine is. It's responsive. Fuel efficiency, we don't know yet. I have not driven it enough for the fuel efficiency, but otherwise it's responsive. The transmission is kind of okay. I feel it's a little slow when you go into manual, but otherwise when you just keep it on drive, it is actually not so bad. It's again not the fastest shifting transmission in the world, but combine, just put this car on drive and just let the car do its thing, and you actually feel it kicking down quite fast and actually giving you that power really, really well, where you can actually find the car accelerating quite fast. In fact, I think it was Evo Magazine who had done a video on this car where they had put a V-Box. This car did a 9 seconds, 8.9 seconds from 0 to 100, which is actually quite impressive for the kind of size, the weight and the overall dimensions of this car. Now let's head from this car and go into the diesel. Alright, so we are now in the diesel, the 1.5 litre turbocharged diesel mated with the automatic transmission, and let's see how this goes. Okay, so first things first, that engine under load is definitely a little noisier, but what surprised me is the kind of torque this thing is putting out. It actually feels quite significant. I mean, the kind of torque, I was not expecting it to have this much torque. So on paper, this car, let me give it one more pull. There's a little bit of a lag, there's a little bit of resistance, hesitance when it comes to a proper full clean pull. That said though, it still moves the speedometer needle quite fast. The torque feels pretty good. Feels quite significant. I mean, 260 Nm of torque actually feels, I don't know, it shouldn't feel this fast or it shouldn't feel this crazy, but it does feel a lot more than what it should. Of course, the main difference which I see between the petrol and the diesel is that this is a lot more noisier, which is expected coming from a petrol versus a diesel. But that said, I can still assure you that, like right now, I'm in a traffic signal and I'm stopped completely. And if I stop talking, it's actually something which is completely not bothering me. Yes, there is a thing which is I do feel the vibration of the engine on in the seats, and when I'm touching things I do feel a little bit of that vibration. But apart from that, I still feel that this is a pretty decently refined engine, if not maybe the best or the most refined engine. That said though, that torque really got me. I was not expecting it to have that kind of a torque, and I'm still in the city driving mode. If I go on sport mode, where the throttle response becomes a little bit more better, the transmission is a little jerky. The torque converter automatic which is there in the petrol version was not as jerky. That was actually in fact very smooth. That petrol was a incredible experience, like the refinement of the engine, refinement of the transmission, the overall power delivery, everything really good. This I feel is a little jerky. Yes, for example over there it did give me a little bit of a back and forth sort of a jerk. Nothing too off-putting, nothing which might probably be a deal breaker, but man, the torque is really nice. I mean, this is one more thing which I've also noticed. The reason why I think a lot of people opt out for diesels is you get the best of both worlds. You get great performance while at the same time you get fuel economy as well. Like the petrol which I was driving was giving me a fuel economy of 8. Now I am obviously not going to be driving that car as normally as possible. I'm driving it in the way of testing the car, which means hard accelerations, hard braking, and despite that I was getting about 8 kilometers per liter. Probably on a normal day that car would give around 11 to 12 kilometers per liter. That said though, the diesel has been consistently giving me over 16 kilometers per liter while I am still driving the way I am. There is no difference in how I'm driving. I'm still braking hard, I'm still accelerating hard even with this car because I am testing the car. That is the reason why a lot of people love opting for diesel, because you get the best of both worlds. You get performance while at the same time you also maintain that fuel economy. And what I have generally noticed with diesels is even if you push them really hard, the fuel economy will probably drop by like 1 or 2 kilometers per liter, but not more than that. Whereas if in a petrol you're getting 12 to 13 kilometers per liter and you start hammering it, your fuel economy directly comes down to 7, 8. Sometimes like I have had cars where it came down to 4, 5, things like that. So yeah, that is one reason why people love diesels. And this car in general as a diesel I think is a good proposition. I mean, it's still pretty refined for a 1.5 liter diesel. And the other thing which I've noticed for a 1.5 liter diesel, generally these 1.5 or below cc diesel engines are a little clattery, they are a little noisy. That doesn't seem to be the case with this engine. At least for now, this engine feels very relatively refined, and it somehow feels more leaning towards the 2 liter engine types, where like this, when you're accelerating like this is the place where the diesel engines make the most amount of clatter. Isme wo cheez nahi hai. It doesn't feel that clattery when you're taking off, when you're accelerating, and even when you're putting your foot down, man, the torque is pretty awesome. The torque is actually quite nice. I actually really am enjoying it. And you know, I was just thinking about this. ये तो अभी what we are talking and what we are experiencing here is a stock diesel engine from the 1.5 diesel. Now eventually over a period of time, just like with every other manufacturer and every other ECU, the ECU on this is also going to get unlocked, which means you can actually tune this car. With diesels, all you need is a remap, a downpipe and an air filter. Just with these three things, with let's say a cost of about 80 to a lakh of rupees, you will be able to modify this car to a stage 2 setup. And what a stage 2 setup does is it will bring you about 30% of gains. What that means is this 118 horsepower engine becomes close to about 150 to 160 horsepower, and the 260 Nm torque from this engine with a 30% gain will go above 300, maybe about 320 or 330. I think that is very good. Like a 330 Nm torque and about 150 160 horsepower engine in this kind of a car is going to be quite lively. Might not be the fastest, but it'll still be quite lively, where you will be experiencing wheel spins, you will be experiencing some really nice acceleration timings, where I mean, I'm pretty sure this car, I have not seen anyone do a drag race with this car or do a timed run with this car, but what it feels like from what I'm driving it right now, it feels like a 10 second 0 to 100 car, and with a stage 2 you can expect that to drop down by about 2 seconds. So about a 8 second 0 to 100, 320, 300 Nm of torque kind of a setup. I think that's going to be pretty much fun. Anyways, but you tell me, would that be something that you are interested in? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Till then,